my Fourth Amendment rights were violated because they were never serious about this to begin with. But of course, that's not what he's saying. The fact is, there should have been a serious investigation. And if there was a serious investigation, I'm not confident it was shut down for the right reasons. I want to talk briefly about the news that is breaking. And I say news in the sense I don't trust it, but the broad outlines are supposedly there were leak investigations during the Trump administration that continued into the Biden administration, to be clear. And these leak investigations included grand jury subpoenas issued for certain data to Apple, data that encompassed the communications of Adam Schiff, the head of the Intelligence Committee, the corrupt head of the Intelligence Committee on the House currently, and Eric Swalwell, the Chinese Communist compromised member of the Intelligence Committee that outrageously is still on the Intelligence Committee. So remember, there were these criminal leaks, or leaks of, it looks like criminal activity, criminal leaks in the sense that there were leaks of classified information targeting Trump and not targeting Trump. And it looks like the investigation included whether or not the Schiff gang was involved in the compromise of classified information. Now, Judicial Watch separately filed a complaint against Schiff for compromising classified information and confirming classified information in a way he's not allowed to under the rules. So, if you are in the position to know whether something's classified and you confirm its existence, you're breaking the rules. And that's what Schiff did. So, and there were all sorts of other evidence Schiff was a grave leaker. So what happened is the investigation just continued and meandered. It sounds like the Justice Department, doesn't it? They were trying to vindicate the rule of law by pretending to do an investigation. So they really weren't vindicating anything. They were investigating something world without end. And finally, it looks like Barr came in and said, what's going on with these leak investigations? So they were continuing. Schiff was informed allegedly in May that they shut the investigation down. So here you had the Biden administration shutting down, by the way, grand jury investigations into leaks that may have included the targeting illegally of Donald Trump, the violation of the rights, for instance, of General Flynn, who was also the targeting of these illegal leaks. So what is the news today? What is the big corrupt media's focus? How dare the Justice Department investigate people implicated in criminal activity, even though they're in Congress? How dare the Justice Department do that? As opposed to, why did the Biden administration intervene and end an investigation into its political allies? So that's the news of the day. And I just wanted to focus your attention on how to think about the news about the targeting of Schiff. Now, the outrage factor or the hypocrisy factor is high because Schiff is saying this secret investigation is the worst thing in the world. When in fact, as you may know, Judicial Watch has been in court trying to get access to secret subpoenas he issued, not pursuant to a grand jury, not pursuant to a court, pursuant to his own political agenda, his own alleged authority as a member of Congress. Subpoenas for the phone records of Rudy Giuliani and others, records that he ended up publishing, records of a journalist, records of a fellow member of Congress, the records of the president's lawyer. And they're taking the position right now in court that Congress can issue subpoenas on their own, and there's no accountability for it. That's the battle we're in right now. So when you hear Schiff and the dishonest media criticize the Justice Department for issuing subpoenas under court authority and grand jury authority, just know that Adam Schiff thinks he should be able to issue a subpoena against you, and you should have no ability to challenge it. And no court should be able to intervene and stop it from happening. He doesn't think he needs to get a court to violate your Fourth Amendment. Well, he doesn't think he needs to get a court to validate his subpoenas into whatever he wants. That's the position of the House, the Pelosi House right now. So I wanted to highlight that. You've got investigations going nowhere into crimes targeting Donald Trump. You have the Biden administration come in and shut it down. And what is the complaint? One of the folks that they dared to ask a question of, or two of the folks, members of Congress, who are not immune to prosecution, are screaming about it. So they think they can investigate Trump world without end, but Lord help them, right? Lord help everyone if anyone looks at them. So you can bet Judicial Watch is going to be investigating this investigation. We're investigating the investigators. And I've long said that Schiff should have been the target of criminal investigations over the handling and the sharing of classified information contrary to law. And I'm glad at least the grand jury had done it. Now, supposedly they were looking at 100 people. So, it wasn't like Schiff was the target. Now, the fact that he was on the list probably got the attention of senior officials in the Justice Department. But the fact is, according to at least CNN, if this is to be believed, that it was ongoing and it was serious enough that that they kept on issuing a mandate that it be kept secret, which is what they're allowed to do under law. Now, I'm not all that comfortable with anything the Justice Department does these days. I just think the Justice Department can't be trusted to cross the street. So yes, I am somewhat sympathetic to Adam Schiff. I mean, if Adam Schiff were smart, he'd say the Justice Department wasn't investigating me in any serious way. They were just doing this to pretend to mollify, Jeff Sessions or other Trump appointees who said, well, we have to be seen to be doing something. And so my Fourth Amendment rights were violated because they were never serious about this to begin with. But of course, that's not what he's saying. The fact is, there should have been a serious investigation. And if there was a serious investigation, I'm not confident it was shut down for the right reasons. Not because there wasn't any evidence. It's because the Biden administration shut it down. So that's the news.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all the latest news from Judicial Watch.